Hey yo, what's good, fellas? It's your boy here, and we are back. We got some more Fire Emblem Heroes, and it's a Hero Rises day today. So we all got our free copy of the Attuned Peony here. Now I'm very glad that she ended up winning, of course, because out of all the units on the banner, this one is the one that can give you by far the heaviest value. If we go ahead and take a look at my Attuned Peony, I've already gone ahead and merged the free copy into here. I haven't decided yet on who I want to give the fodder to yet, but, I mean, I'll figure that out in due time. There's no rush. So, we take a look at her skills. The reason why she's better than any of the other units on the banner as a winner for this event is because, of course, if you've already given her good skills, then you're just duplicating all those skills for a second inheritance. So, I've got Soaring Guidance 4, I've got Guidance 4, I've got... Let's see, what else we got here? Rock Slide Dance, she comes with. Firestorm Dance, I gave her. Aerial Maneuvers, Guard Bearing 4, like the list goes on and on. This unit is a monster when it comes to being a fodder bank. So any additional copies of her you can manage to get are a absolute W. So very good stuff there. She also does give out the Attack Oath Echo skill if you want. I mean, the Echo skills, so far I haven't been like that enamored by Echo skills. I don't really feel like they're super necessary. I mean, if you're really trying to min-max and be a try-hard whale, then I guess. But for regular human beings like me, mere mortals like me that don't spend $1 billion on the game, it's not like the biggest deal in the world. So I'm not too crazy about that, but the fodder itself is very good. You can also give her other stuff too, like Rain Snap, which I haven't given her yet. So just tremendous unit there for fodder. Now, let's go ahead and head over to the banner. I want to talk about this banner real quick and my thoughts on a major looming problem with this game right now. So, the Hero Rises banner in past years has always been the most hyped banner of the year. It's the only time where players have their own input on the game. And, of course, they make us go through as many hoops as possible. It's a voting gauntlet. So there's no guarantee like who's actually going to make it onto the banner. And even before the voting gauntlet, we still have to vote as a community to get units in there. And there's always going to be trolls that vote in one unit that nobody wants, like Fallen Edelgard, for example, and stuff like that. So they make us go through all of these hoops to make our own banner, and we finally succeed, right? Like, this is what we wanted. This is the Green Dream 2. And the reason why that's good, of course, is because of the rates. So if you're sniping on green on this banner, like, your odds of getting a 5-star are so high, higher than anywhere else in the game, any other banner. I think Oblivion summoned already. I think he did like 600 orbs. And I think he pulled like 23 5-stars on that. So if you do the math, it adds up to like, what is it, like 1 5-star per circle? Like, every 5 summons, you get a 5-star. That is ludicrous, man. That's insane. So, the value on this banner, you can't, like, deny. It's a really good banner in terms of rates and, like, just 5-star, like, not value, but, like, the amount of 5 stars you'll be getting, the amount of, like, 5-star pulls are going to be out of this world. So, that's really good. However, in typical Insys fashion, I feel like they managed to devalue the hell out of this banner even before it came out. So one of the major things about this banner, of course, is that Prime 4 is here. And not only is Prime 4 here, but it's here twice. So if you're pulling a 5-star, you got a 50% chance of getting Prime 4. Currently, I would say like Prime 4, or at least prior to certain events, I would have said like Prime 4 next to like Flared Sparrow were just head and shoulders better than all the other A-slot passives in the game. Getting Distant Counter and then getting 2 stats with such high bonuses, like, what is it, +9 if you've got the max? That's insane, right? Like, that's really good. Also, Prime 4 is very universal. You can give it to a lot of units. It's sword, lance, axes, and then it's also bows and daggers. So it's close counter on top of also being distant counter. You really can't go wrong there, right? Very, very powerful skill. However, in typical Insys fashion, look at what they did here. Right before the Hero Rises banner, they go ahead and do this shit. It's like, come on, man. Can't you give the players something? You gotta just, like, give us the middle finger right before the big Hero Rises banner. Come on, man. So, bonus doubler distant and bonus doubler... Yeah. Bonus doubler close and bonus doubler distant. 2 brand new skills that we got on this banner literally days before the Hero Rises banner dropped. I mean, I'm not going to say it's a complete power creep to Prime 4. However, in the situations where it applies, it is just better. So this is infantry locked, whereas Prime 4 is not. And this one in particular, you can only give to sword, lance, and axes. And the distant or the close version you can give to your bows and daggers. Whereas Prime 4 you can give to both. So that is good. There are definitely advantages to Prime 4 still. But, like, just distant bonus doubler, man. This is a way easier effect to activate. It's way easier to upkeep. You're getting all stats. Like, you're just getting bonus double. Like, whatever blue bonuses you have are going to get doubled, depending on if you meet the condition here. You're always getting the distant counter. You're not, like, sometimes getting distant counter. If the opponents have, like, Duo Thor, for example, they can pop the Duo button to nullify your Prime 4, for example. So, I mean, it's just easier upkeep with this. They also have a harder time getting rid of it because even if they run lull skills, you're still reflecting bonuses from allies in 2 spaces. So for your Omni tanks and things like that, your God Swords, I think this is just way better. Whereas Prime 4, there are still units that are going to be better with Prime 4, of course, such as the cavalry types like Brave Seliph and Brave Crom. But when it comes to infantry types, I think it's just like a wrap. Like, distant bonus doubler is just straight up better. And we're starting to get these infantry units now that are built like this. I mean, you just look at this unit's kit. It's just absurd what this unit is able to do as a tank. So, I don't know, man. I gotta say, like, the value is going to be more so on infantry tanking at this point. We're kind of trending back towards God Swords. The one issue here that this unit in particular cannot do is run Vantage. And Vantage is like one of the only real ways you can counter the melt meta. So the fact that you can't give her Vantage because her B skill is already filled, and even if you could, it wouldn't matter because she doesn't have null C4. Like, all of those things, I feel like we're going to get an answer for very soon. I feel like maybe a Vantage Sacred Seal is on the horizon. I feel like Drive or Start of Turn bonus Null C Disrupt is on the horizon. So, because, like, those are really the only ways to get rid of Duo Leon. So, I mean, just think about that. Food for thought, right? Like, that stuff is definitely coming. Okay, so let's head back over to this banner now. I want to break down each individual unit here and why I don't think this is so great. So, Legendary Alear, Legendary Female Alear, rather, is the... I would say she's probably the best unit on the banner to get to plus 10, because she's the only Legendary unit here. She has the increased score from being a Duo hero. She gets the dual skill, or not Duo hero, from being a Legendary hero. So, she's got a dual skill, which gives her BST 200, and then she's got some really good fodder here. We got Finish 4, we got Null C4, Attack and Speed Pledge, all very good stuff. The main thing that made her good, though, was this. So her special gives her supported ally the ability to nullify DR when they proc a special. That's not really the way that we want to do this anymore, though. Like, nullifying DR with a special, like the Special Spiral 4 style, has kind of been phased out in favor of just cutting DR on every attack. So things like Tempo 4 and also Null Follow-Up 4 and Legendary Camilla's support, which was the biggest, like, power creep to this unit, I think, because she can only give this to her supported ally. Legendary Camilla is giving it to all allies in 2 spaces. It doesn't nullify DR completely. With Legendary Camilla, it's only cutting it by half, but it does stack with other effects that cut DR in half, like Tempo 4 and Null Follow-Up 4, as I said. So you can essentially just get like 80% DR cut per attack, or like 75% rather. And it's just better. Because like proccing a special is good, but if the enemies have Scowl or like all these other effects now, that if they've got like Duo Mark on the team that can reset your special, or odd and even pulse tie and things like that, it's not always like that easy to just proc a special anymore. Whereas just doing attacks is absolutely better. So I feel like this Legendary Alear has kind of fallen off quite a bit. Also, as a Omni tank or like frontliner or whatever you want to call her, she has been completely power crept by her big brother over here. This guy's got the Miracle effect, and he comes back to life with full HP. Then he's got the Brave attack, and then he's cutting DR already, and then he's got a Scowl effect, and then he's also got non-pierceable DR. So, I mean, this guy's pretty real. Like, let's be honest, this guy's pretty nuts. But I don't know, man. I feel like he is just in a much better position right now. He's also colorless, whereas this unit is green, so she's going to have color disadvantage against units, whereas he is most likely not going to. So there you guys go with that. All right, then we got this Winter Dimitri. Obviously, he's very good for fodder, but as a unit, he's okay. I mean, I don't really have a problem with him. He's very good for Aether Raid's offense, where he can do the hit and sit thing. You can attack an enemy, and then he's putting up Vantage, and then he can Vantage sweep the foes. So that's really good. It's not so effective, though, in Summoner Duels, which I feel like is more valuable. Like, right now, I'm more focused on units that are good in Summoner Duels than units that are good in Aether Raid's offense, because, I mean, Aether Raid's offense is a complete joke right now. There's so many units that can just player phase the hell out of the opponents, and they just have no chance of fighting back. We're talking like Winter Edelgard. There's Brave Gulveig, who just got a new partner with the Spring Chloe. There's the Duo Satyr, Duo Leon. They can just end actions for free. I've seen somebody like just end the entire enemy's turn with Duo Leon. They killed the Duo hero, and then Leon attacked somebody and ended an action. Then they cantoed into the right spot and popped the Duo skill and ended everyone else's action. So, like, things like that. It's just way too easy to player phase right now in Aether Raid's offense. So, I don't really feel like this guy is all that necessary for ARO. And then in Summoner Duels, he's just okay. Like, having to upkeep him by always attacking first to get his effects off is not always going to be possible. So, he's not, like, that crazy for, like, Summoner Duels, which is what we need. Then we have the Wind Tribe Claude, who immediately took a nosedive. The moment we started getting, like, all of these far save armors that were just really good, like the Winter Byleth, and now we have the, what is it, Valentine Myrrh and things like that. Like, units like that have just completely negated this guy's efficiency. He is not the threat that he used to be, not by a long shot. All of the armored units can pierce DR now. All of them have scowl effects, so it's kind of rough for this guy. Also, he's too reliant on activating lethality, another problem that he had when he came out. So, like, a unit as old as Lucia can just completely nullify this guy by unabling him, or is that even a word? Unabling? Is that a word? Disabling, that's what I meant to say. Disabling him from using his special. So, there you go. Like, there's just way too many ways to mess with this guy right now. He does have good fodder, though, like attack speed 04, attack speed prime 4, lethality, all very good things. But he himself as a unit is just not really that threatening. And then finally, we have the fodder bank, who is, I mean, she is certainly by far the most valuable unit on here. Just the amount of skills you can pass along to your other guys is very good. And she appreciates even more with the new Divine Code level 5s, where we've got some crazy shit in there. We've got Rain Snap in there. We have a copy of Winter Dimitri, so you could give her Prime 4 and No Quarter without having to summon on this banner. And that's really the main thing that I'm trying to get at here. You don't really need to summon on this banner. Like, summoning backwards at this point in the game, I think, is not a good idea. Because, as I said before, we just look over here. Look at how stupid this is. Look at how stupid this unit is. She just came out a couple of days ago. And she's better. She's absolutely better than all the units on the Hero Rises banner. So, like, why would you summon over there when you could just summon over here? Right? That's the only point I'm trying to get at. Like, there's no Duo Leon-esque unit on here. And even Duo Leon, his days are numbered. I mean, that guy, he's the threat that he is right now. How long is that going to last? Like, what's going to happen next? We're going to get support or drive Null C4. We're going to get Advantage Sacred Seal. Like, what's going to happen to Duo Leon after that? He's not going to be anybody. He's going to be a nobody. Right? So, I mean, just save your orbs is what I'm trying to say. You could summon. Like, I'm not telling anyone not to summon. If you want to, knock yourself out. The orb, like, 5-star to orb ratio is crazy. But, man, I look at what's coming up. We've got an Emblem hero coming out this month. There's no telling what that's going to do. How fast is it going to be before they power creep Emblem skills? Marth only does -1 special trigger. Like, how long until we get, like, +1 movement and, like, Pathfinder and, like, all this nonsense on Emblem rings that you can then give to any unit in your entire barracks? Like, the value there is just nuts, man. Like, the emblem rings have so much more value than anything you could possibly get here. So, that's my take on the Hero Rises banner. Kind of like a downer, to be honest, but that's honestly how I feel. So, this is your boy Tacho signing out. If you guys are summoning on the banner, then I'm wishing everyone the best of luck. Gonna go ahead and cast that Rally Up Luck Plus to everyone. So, hopefully you guys can do some good stuff there. But that is all for now. So this is your boy Tacho signing out. So take care, fellas, and I'll catch y'all again on the flip side.